Good morning, everyone. Welcome to day 17 at taylorbelly. I hope you all are well. It is about 8 o'clock in the morning, playing catch up. Like I said, starting my new job. So I think everything's a little bit out of whack, but it's amazing and it's awesome. So today I want to get into the next chapter of my book. But I'll have a chat to you about yesterday. Yesterday was amazing. I'm getting used to my work. I'm getting used to my clients, getting used to my routine. So that's really good. Health-wise, I have lost 2 kilos now. So I'm happy with that, considering I haven't been able still to train as much as I'd like. But, over Easter, when I have that time off, I'm going to be working on that, and plus we've got a few public holidays, so I'm actually really happy with that. So vitamins, water, trying to eat better. Even with my job, there's not much time to eat as well, so I've got to be really organised for that, so I'm happy with that. Still get home really late. Grateful for my partner cooking dinner, helping me, but seriously, I was passed out by 8 o'clock. Still know I need to get on top of my clearing as well, because I'm progressing and I'm doing new things on a different level. I'm gonna sneeze, I'm sorry. One more? No. Okay. I do know that I'm working with some amazing people, but I'm dealing with years and years and years of stuff and manifestations of their illnesses and health conditions through their body. So I'm actually, with my work, I'm massaging, but I'm clearing a lot of long energy that's been there for a long time. All the things that we've been talking about with the chakras, things in their life, pains, aches, all of this stuff. So we're just transmuting, clearing that energy. So that's really awesome. Actually enjoying driving around too, but like I said, I get home quite late and I'm tired. I should, I try to, but I'm just so exhausted. But again, I got a good sleep. When I got up in the morning, I actually had a real bad headache. So there's that sort of stuff. So I've got to listen to my body. So I did meditation in the morning. I actually did meditation for the crown chakra because it was around my head, so it means I'm busy in my head, all of this stuff. Done a lot of energy work in the last few days. I also did some sage and Palo Santo for myself as well, just clearing myself, because like I said, I've picked up on a lot of energy that I'm clearing. So sometimes too, it's like having that shower we have every day. I need to get on top of that, but I feel heaps better. I took all my stuff to get rid of my headache. It's gone, so that's really good. Got to do some cleaning in the house. That's what I like to do, because that rearranges and clears my mind as well. So I enjoy that, just catching up. Have had breakfast already. Actually getting really hunger pains now, so my body is switching on like before. Lots of cortisol in the body, not getting hunger signals, full signals, all of this stuff. This is all happening now too, so that's really good. And I'm listening, so I'm actually in that routine of, I don't eat breakfast straight away. I have one coffee, but then in a couple of hours I can have breakfast. So I'm getting those pain, like those hunger, switches on. So that's really good. Today's day 17, which was supposed to be last night. I will go through my book and then I'll do another video for today, because Saturday is really cool. Actually can't wait to just have some fun. Like I said, going out today with my partner, going out with the family, gonna have some drinks, have some fun, just be. Sometimes it's really cool, with my life that I'm doing, but I'm so always, on another level. I'm looking forward to today to just so we'll see what I look like on Sunday, but I don't do it very often. I do like, a drink or two, but today I get to be really fun Belle, so I'm looking forward to that. She doesn't come out all the time, but when she does, she makes up for it, so looking forward to that. So on a serious side, I want to talk about my book. So we're going to go into chapter 2. I was just like this morning in meditation, like I was realizing that when I wrote this book, obviously I was going through, stuff that, older people go through and that the words that were coming through this book was like a lot older and wiser. So part of it was my higher self. I also remembered, maybe it's because today I'm going out as well, that like whatever was going through in my life, I could have really gone a really different path that I am now. Like if I saw this at 15, 16 years old and go, this is the person I'm going to be, help people, all of this stuff, I would never have seen it, okay? Like, it was like, yeah, I'm a teenager, but when you don't have, like I had to deal with a lot of stuff on my own because everyone else was, doing their own stuff, and that's fair enough. But maybe that's how I designed my life path to be, to learn. But it felt like I had my mentors like Alan. I had some good teachers. I'm a grandmother. My parents were still good to me. But I still had all that and good family members. There was stuff around me, but I also could have gone the dark path. Like I was like, you couldn't control me. Like, because maybe it was I was always thought of myself so much older and I've been here before or whatever. Like I was partying when I shouldn't be partying, like instead of concentrating on school. I was going out, I was hanging out with old, like I was doing all sorts of stuff. But it was like, and I know it was my grandfather, it was like he'd get me by my shirt and be like, get back on path. But, so do you understand what I'm saying? Like in life, you have a path and you have a purpose and you have important things to do, but there will be things in life. Yes, it's about being human and all that, but there are things that want to take you off your path. And way back then, I knew that. Because everyone who knows me, when I was a teenager, I was wild. Like I was, and I probably could have, passed away a couple of times because I was just irresponsible. And that's probably why my kids are such on the straight and narrow, because, I have used my lessons to show them and they're just like, nah, can't do that. So I'm proud of that. So maybe that's why I had to do that, to end up teaching people what not to do. Not everyone takes that on board, but, I'm really grateful for that, because if my daughters were like what I was, I'll be, So I'm sorry, Mum and Dad. I wasn't an easy teenage and child. Like I was, there was good parts of me. So there was basically light and dark. And and that's my dad's side of the family. Like that passion, excitement, but there's craziness, wildness, all of this stuff. And some of them in that side of family just can't get their life sorted. Okay, live in that trauma, that stress, that chaos, that mess, victim, all of that stuff. So I had light and dark, and I could have really not be where I am right now. But then in saying that, even way back then, this is probably why I love people like all types, all stages of life, all walks of life, because I can get onto everyone's level, and that's really, really cool. But that's what I mean. I probably and even back then, like I said, I was crazy and wild, but then the people that were coming in my life, I was still helping them. It was like I was in disguise, being this person that's, with whatever they do, but at the same time, I was still doing my work, and I know that now. So to be what I am, to transmute, clear people and help people, I still had to be, and that was my friend that said that too, that you had to be part of the dark. You had to see the dark. You had to be a part of the dark in order to help, it may be transmute, or maybe it's that light and shadow work that, integrate, that you need to accept we were not perfect, and you don't need to be perfect. Embrace who you are. Because like I said, all of those lessons that I had, or, stuff that I went through, some, like I said, you get a pebble, a stone, or a brick. Yeah, I had a few bricks, but those bricks were life-changing. Okay? So, yeah, maybe this is part of my journey, that I've got to go back to my 14, 15-year-old self, because that is basically the pivotal point of my life, my crossroads. And there was also a lot of stuff in my life that I, didn't process, clear, shift, that voice that, we all have sometimes that are holding us back. It's our inner child. I don't think it's so much my little self, 7, 8, because, she was okay. I think it's my teenage self. So maybe today, have a think of your life, go through it, and think of, is there any, parts of your inner child that you need to help and to heal? Because your inner child is that voice, that subconscious that, wants to keep you safe and protected, or, sometimes don't get enough love or affection, or, all of that sort of stuff. Think to yourself, does my inner child need to be friended? Even though I had so many people around me at 15 and things like that, I still felt very alone. I still felt very depressed, because all different stuff. I had, like a teenager, you're going to go through stuff, hormones, processing emotions, all of that stuff. And maybe these videos, these 30 videos is about me making peace and communicating to that part of me. Okay? And maybe me pulling out this book, it's for all of us to find something in it, but I need to know what she was really like again. Because I know in that book, it's what I'm doing now. So it was like I said, someone was making sure I stayed on path. And now I can understand why when I'm doing these videos and living my life. So let's get into it. We're up to chapter 2. So chapter 2 is about progressing to different levels, quite fitting with what I just talked about. So through life, we become curious, persistent, tired, and frustrated along the way. Growth of our body, heart, and soul are changing. It is hard to keep up. It is common that we get used to ourselves being in tune to the same station, that we do find it hard to change out of the old ways. We must expect the unexpected, as it will always get us all the time. As each day progresses, so do we. Sometimes we don't notice. Our friends, family can see differences. It all depends on the change. We all want life to be smooth, but if it were, we wouldn't appreciate and we would take it for granted. It's exactly what I'm talking about. Time out is great, especially when we are teenagers, because we are stepping into a new land never touched, and a new trail is to be made. With our family, friends, school, work, hobbies, outside sport, and anything we may undertake puts a considerable amount of pressure on us. If we aren't aware of it, we may break down, our bodies become exhausted, and we lose focus and may get sidetracked. There's nothing wrong with going down an extra street, for as we will learn, we will grow, and maybe the extra road is what we needed to put an extra piece to our puzzle. When we get tired and frustrated, we need to spend time by ourselves. Maybe at the beach, listening to music, just about anything that will make us feel a little bit centered again. Now, with this book, I obviously wrote, and then, to get to this point, so I ended up being 16, 14, 15, 16. So this is my 16-year-old self. I'm now 16 years old, and for myself, in a matter of 4 years, I have come a long way. My family moved to another state. We had to start all over. I have 2 jobs with a great amount of responsibility to withhold to pay my own braces of $4,000. to enjoy a social life and try to figure out myself of where I'm going and finding my own little niche. Most of all, my schoolwork is to be a great high standard for my future, to become a lawyer. I always wanted to be a criminal lawyer. Obviously, I couldn't pay for uni. I was working. I was actually being an adult when I should have been focusing on school, so I didn't get that path. But I would have loved to be a criminal lawyer. But maybe on another level, another life, that is me. Another goal is to travel the world and set many more ambitious goals. Who knows what the outcome will be? Just a little side note, like I'm 43, but I worked on the cruise ships. I've done Turkey, Croatia, many Greek islands. I've done England, I've done Fiji, I've stepped into Singapore, been to South Africa. I nailed all that. Like I'd done all that before I had the kids. You know, this is someone that had no money, like growing up and stuff like that. You know, I've done it and I'm happy, and I'm not finished. Like in the next couple of years, that is my life purpose with my partner, is for us to see the world and just enjoy it. Through these times, I've overcome many difficulties, such as some unpleasant experiences, for instance, death in the family, loss of 2 great-grandmothers and a grandfather in a matter of a year, and other outside pressures. I know through what I've seen and taken in, I've grown, sometimes too much ahead of myself. It is scary, as now I'm getting settled with my priorities, which are coming together. But my friends and even my younger brother are now experiencing unpredictable moments throughout their own life, as I have done. People are feeling the anxiety, the pressure, the enjoyable moments that I most treasure now. To me, it's like I'm running on a road and I've turned the corner and no one is with me. I've always felt like that. Isn't it true? There are people out there that are similar to me. I remember something someone told me when I was going through a difficult stage, as I like to do things the hard way by myself. That is still a trait of me. I thought it was the only way to get through. He said, a person doesn't be successful by doing the best he can by himself. A successful person is successful when he uses the help from others. At this point in my life, that person was the key for me being the person I am today. For so long, I truly despised him. It wasn't until he was out of sight and out of mind for some quiet time that I realized he made me stronger, wiser, determined, and vulnerable to all that is around me. I dearly thank him. How did I realize? One day when I heard his name being said in a conversation, I saw all we went through and peace went through me. I forgave him for what he had done, but most of all, finally forgave myself. I was ready to move on. 6 months beforehand, I had opportunities to do so, but for me to complete the process, I needed all the ingredients before it could be blessed and set free. It's funny when we discover ourselves, the midsection between a child to an adult, the values we have may go out the window for us to find some new ones. This time is all about experiencing. That's why sometimes it may be the most troublesome time, as we don't know. We haven't decided on set ways of thinking and our values. We may get pressured into new things, going to parties, being adventurous, and the attraction to, males and females come into place. It's hard to be an individual, to stand up and be different, to say yes or no and stick to what you know is right, that pressure. They're all moments of valuable lessons to make us stronger and wiser. It doesn't matter what you decide, as long as you feel right with it within your heart. It's that we should be conscious of ourselves at this time, but also enjoy ourselves. Have a great time by all means, but within reason. People are not going to be similar to us. We are all on different levels. You can't push your thoughts and feelings onto them. They must figure it out in their own time, at their own pace. There was a saying my great-grandmother used to say, which would make me think twice. Yesterday is dead, forget it. Tomorrow doesn't exist, don't worry. Today is here, use it. This is very true. She was a very truly beautiful woman and wise woman who I know had a complete life and learned all that she needed. It's easy to say and write these thoughts and that it is easy to move on in whatever we do. It is not. You may need to talk to people, strangers, confront the individual, or when you least expect it, discover the answer for yourself. Sometimes it is on purpose to not know the answer, but it's hard to just leave something and let it go. When the pieces are coming together, so will the answers we didn't understand. That's the whole mystery of life, to keep us on our toes, to keep progressing further. It's at this time love plays an important role to us and others around. For us to give out love, we must first love ourselves. At any stage, we may find someone to be with, a special friend, or later on love will turn up when we least expect it. Never search and persist with love, as it must come and go freely. Let's say you resented someone who cheated on you. You loved him or her, but you are hurt and you find it hard to forgive them. That's not love. True love, as later on we shall go into further, is absolutely unconditional. Deep and forgiving, you see the person for whatever they are. In this lifetime, we will have many great loves, but there will only be one love that will touch us forever, and that is meant to be. When we are young, the different people we meet are helping put a piece of you together. We are guided and protected in that we shall learn something valuable from each person who walks into our lives. This not only applies to boyfriends and girlfriends, but also with our friends, family members, and even strangers. They all come into our life for different reasons. There are two different kinds of love, the real love and lust. It's normal, our bodies are changing, and it is with the right person at the right time we can let go and enjoy ourselves. The difference between lust and love is that with lust, it's where you want to be with someone for physical enjoyment and desire. If we know the difference, we can work it out for ourselves, not to fall into a deep hole. All creatures basically know morally right and wrong decisions. It's a matter of putting this scene into place to watch or get physically involved. At present, I'm opening a brand new chapter, starting again, seeing life in a different view. I accept that all that will follow, good and bad. Whatever is meant to be, is meant to be. Enjoy this time on the roller coaster. Slowly at your own pace. Let go of the handlebars. Open your eyes to see all there is and enjoy letting the thrill go through you and energize you in this uncanny place. Wow. Yeah, it's starting to make sense now. I hope you enjoyed chapter 2. Leave a comment if you want to. Take what resonates with you. Like, share, subscribe. I'm going to do a video shortly for 18, because then after that I'm just going to go have some fun today. All right. Wow. Lots of things to think about, to process, even for myself. All right. Talk to you soon. Bye.